Hi everyone, welcome back to Geeks for Geeks. In this video, we'll discuss the problem, that is check if a number is divisible by 8. So the problem says that we'll be given a number and in form of a string, and we have to check whether that given number is divisible by 8 or not. So it is very easy. First thing is that if a number is given in form of a string, so the first thing that we need to know is that if the length of the string, or you can say that the number of digits in the character are 2, if they are 2, then we will try to convert that number into integer, and if that number is divisible by 8, then we can say that yes, it is divisible, otherwise we will return -1, indicating that it is not divisible. So let us quickly write that piece of code and then we will try to understand one more number theory logic. So basically what we'll be doing here is that if suppose, like what we'll do is, first of all we'll get the length of the number, that is the number of digits. Okay, so when we do s dot size is string dot size, then we'll get the number of digits if n is less than equal to 2. If there are 2 or less than 2 characters in the number, then what we will do is we'll get the number by converting it into string. So we can use stoi function and we can convert the string into the number. Then after this we will check that if x mod 8 equal to 0, if it is divisible, right, if the 1 digit or the 2 digit number is divisible by 8, then we'll return 1, else what we will do is, else we'll return 0. Okay, this is what we need to do. Otherwise, if the number is more than 3 digit number, then we need to do what? If it is having 3 digits or more than 3 digits. So basically there is a property that whatever the number is, right, whatever a particular number may be, the property is that if the last 3 digits, okay, if the last 3 digits are divisible by 8, then the number itself is divisible by 8. Okay, this is the property. So suppose if we have got what? Suppose that we have got 8, then we have got something like let's say 56. Okay, if we have got 856, so the last 3 digits are what? 8, 5 and 6. So if this is divisible by 8, then we will say that the number is divisible, otherwise not. So you can see 856 is definitely divisible. So for this you will return 1, that the number is divisible. How can we get this? So basically we can get the last digit. Okay, like firstly we need to get the last digit, then we also need to get the second last digit, and we also need to get the third last digit. Once we get the last digit, second last digit and the third last digit, then after that what we can do is third last digit would be 8, second last would be 5 and last would be 6. Once we get them, so firstly one more thing is there, that they are in form of character. So character 8 minus 0 will give me what? It will give me 8. Character 5 minus 0 will give me what? It will give me integer 5. Character 6 minus 0 will give me what? It will give me 6. So whenever there is a character, whichever character I am at, right, so I might be at n at the third last, second last or the last character. When I'll subtract the character 0 from it, then I'll get the corresponding digit for it, and then after that I will multiply the digit at the third last position with 100. I'll multiply the digit at the second last position with 10, and I'll multiply the digit at the last position with 1, you can say. So this will be basically 800 plus 50 plus 6. So this will be 856. That is how I'll be able to get the last 3 digits, and if the last 3 digits are divisible, then we can say that yes, the whole number is divisible by 8, otherwise it is not. So let us quickly implement this logic here as well. So what we need to do here is, you can see that after this is done, so I will write the code in which first of all I'll get the third last digit. So for getting the third last digit, what we need to do is we need to do s of n minus 1 minus 0, because the third for getting the last digit, what we need to do is we need to do s of n minus 1 minus 0. For getting the second last digit, what we need to do is we need to write second last is equal to s of n minus 2 minus 0. So basically the second last digit will be at n minus 2th position, so we can get it. Then the third last would be what? Third last will be nothing but s of n minus 3, that is the third last character, minus 0, that is how minus character 0, that is how I'll get the third last. Now once I want to form this number, so how I will form it? I'll say that the third last digit needs to be multiplied with 100, and the second last digit needs to be multiplied with 10, and then I will add the last digit directly, and then I will check. What I will check is, otherwise I would have to return -1 in the upper code also. So let me just clear that. Okay, now if the last 3 digit, if it is divisible by 8, okay, then the whole number is divisible and I need to return 1. Otherwise, if it is not, then I need to return -1, indicating that the whole number is not divisible by 8. So this is the property that we can use, which will help us to solve the things in constant time. So let us quickly try and compile this code to check if it is working on the sample test case or not, and then we will submit it also. So you can see it is working fine. Now let's try and submit this code to check if it is getting accepted. So you can clearly see that our code was able to pass all the test cases that were there for this problem, and the time complexity for our code would be constant, that is order of 1 time, and the space complexity for our code would also be constant, that is order of 1 space, because we are not taking any extra space or time. We are doing it in constant time by accessing the mostly last 3 digits. Okay, so I hope you have understood this. In case if you did, make sure to comment +1 and keep coding, guys. Thank you.